Here.
Joe Templine.
Here.
And Michelle Testerman. Here.
Okay. Motion to approve the minutes as written, December 2nd, 2024.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Visitors address. Visitors want to address the board? Okay. Treasurer's report. Motion to accept the treasurer's report.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Police report.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Greg Bainey. This is Lieutenant Paul Savini. We now go by Lebanon County Regional Police Department. If anyone wasn't aware. I can report for the December 2024, the calls for service, there was 21 calls for service, which included a burglary, 4 thefts, sexual assault, a drug violation, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, 2 PFA violations, 4 motor vehicle accidents. The other were minor in nature, civil, domestic disputes, noise, loud music. There were 5 traffic arrests, 9 UCR crimes, and we did the annual report, which was 204 total calls for service for West Lebanon Township.
Good, thank you.
Busy year for you, I think.
I forgot, as a total, in December, between North Lebanon and West Lebanon, the police department had 492 calls for service. Year-end total were 7,503 calls for service.
Wow. Okay, and, sir, what did you say your name was again?
Lieutenant Greg Bainey,
Okay.
and this is Paul Savini, his lieutenant as well.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Speedwell Fire Company.
Alright, so I have 2 reports for you guys, they're a little bit different for you. I'll let you guys meet Nate, I don't know if you guys met Nate yet, he's going to be lieutenant for the year 2025. He is going to be bringing the month's and year-end report for you guys.
So the total calls for the month, we had 6. Total number of people, 44. That put us at 4.55 hours. The total man hours were 12. The total number of calls for the year, we had 81. Personnel, we had 359. And total number of hours, 78. And the total number of man hours were 230.10.
Alright, and then with that as well, we are running low on floor dry. Now, we know that previously came from the township,
What is that, what did you say?
floor dry. So in the event of car accident, all floor dry is to help dry up debris, make the road not slick for other vehicles, and stuff of that nature. We are on, I think we have 7 bags left.
Please,
Yeah.
can you send me a picture of what it looks like, and we can look at getting that ordered for you, just so that we order the same ones that you guys currently have.
Yeah, it usually comes from public safety because then
I just want
we
them to
bill
just-
for
yeah.
it then when it's used, so it
Yeah.
gets reimbursed back.
Just send me a picture of it, so then that way, and we can get that ordered for you.
Okay. That's all I have for you guys.
Just like to make mention that Nate, is also a West Lebanon Township resident, so he lives right back here, so him and his wife are both members of our fire company.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Maybe you ought to have a motion to purchase that.
If it was purchased in the
It-
past, why would we need
It's
it?
something, it's something that
anything.
it's supplied by the township.
I understand that, but
Alright, I'll make a motion to supply, to purchase floor dry for the fire company.
Is there a second?
Yes.
All in favor?
aye.
So be.
Let me ask you a question. How much do you usually get?
I think right now we have a half skid over there. That's what the size is a half skid, and we had that since 2018. So we're not going through an abundance amount.
Alright.
We're unless that's the full skid size, but it's half the size of a regular 48 by 40 skid. So it's not.
I mean, like the last, do you remember when you got the last stuff?
I think that stuff was here before I came.
I mean, did you get a whole skid or?
It's only a half skid, the size, it's a 40, or a 24 by 40 length, so it's only a half size skid, it's not a full size.
That was what was purchased, and I believe that was when we reopened, because we got some new stuff when we reopened. There were some other things purchased also, that the fire company got.
I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
you know, how much you need.
Yeah,
10
no,
bags, 20 bags, or 25?
Yeah, no, we probably use 10 bags a year, 11 bags a year, but again, we're pretty, like 6, 7,
But that's one of those unknowns you don't
Right.
know until you need it.
yep, and then unfortunately the time we're gonna need it is gonna be a bad day.
Alright, any other discussion? Okay. Highway.
Public Works employees have been out twice salting the roads, and several signs have been replaced that were hit.
Were the signs that hit, were they, like, do we reimburse for them? Were they trucks that hit them? Do we know? Like, were they just road signs?
So those were signs that they were caught, they were out. One of them I think was a truck, but also we don't have that on camera, so I don't know for sure
Okay.
if it was a truck or not. So we don't have anybody to like,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
But they are expensive, right, those signs to replace?
Did we have the signs to replace them, or did we have to buy them?
No, we have spares downstairs. And also, for some of the ones that were repaired, if they can just repair it without replacing it, they are repairing them without replacing if possible.
Okay. Water, excuse me.
Daily average of water for the month was 36,065 gallons per day. Tank is full, and total City of Lebanon Authority water used was 0 gallons.
Okay, sewer.
The White Row is still receiving the rags and whites.
Only the shadow knows where they come from. It's unbelievable. Okay, storm sewer, MS4 program.
Storm sewer grates were cleaned off after the rain events. We had quite a bit of rain, so they were cleaned off. Do you have anything else?
I don't have anything to report.
Okay.
Good. Township buildings.
Trim. In the lobby of the township being painted. So on the buildings,
Recreation.
nothing to report. Nobody playing out in the field.
Okay. Public safety.
Several notices of violations were sent out for sanitation and vehicles. Citations were also issued for sanitation. Green waste, Christmas tree pickup is ongoing until the end of next week, but they'll pick up as they see them out back.
Zoning.
I have nothing to report.
Finance. A motion, excuse me, I need a motion to pay all the bills as submitted.
Make a motion.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Okay, old business. Need a motion to adopt ordinance number 541 to amending chapter 15, section 15-302 of the West Lebanon Township Codified Ordinance to prohibit parking at all times on Scull Street between Webster Street and Washington Street. And basically that's, so there's nobody parking on Scull Street on either side. Because if they did, you wouldn't be able to get a fire truck in through there. So,
The new development, it's making it
Yes.
tough too to put the trailers and stuff in there
Yeah.
right now.
so we gotta keep people from parking on Scull Street, so if they get visitors, I don't know where they're gonna park. But you can't have people parking on this side of Scull Street and that side of Scull Street, and then the next thing you know, the road's blocked.
Question, do we know where the line is?
Yes, we do.
Well, I didn't see it, you said you were looking for it,
This,
but we can't not permit people to not park on their own property.
I mean, it's not gonna impact their parking on their properties. The people along that side have garages that they
Yeah, I
can
know
park
that,
on,
but
so it's not gonna impact them
the other
parking
side
in their
that-
garages or on their
But
garages.
it's a question to me, because right now there's a guy, I don't know who it is, I didn't go around the block to see what his address was, but there's a truck parked there and a trailer parked. Now, he's not on the macadam, but I don't know where his boundary line is. I mean, do we know where the pins are?
Well, for the development, the blueprints are over there.
I don't know.
South side of the street.
What's that?
That would show the south side of the pins on the south side.
Yeah, but we wanna know where they are on the north side.
so, my understanding of this, ordinance is that you can't just park, this is saying on the street, this is, like, you can still park on your property, but you just can't park along Scull Street where, even though there's garages there, like, you can't park, like, in the alley. You can still park on your property, but you just can't park
On the street.
You can't block
Yeah.
the street on the macadam.
on either side.
If they need more space to park, the people that live there, then they can take it and move their,
Well, that's my point. Where is the boundary line as far as,
Joe,
From your garage.
Pretty much everything that is paved, the township owns, so pretty much we're just enforcing it along the pavement. If they are parked in their garage, or on their garage, or on their property, that's their property, and they can still park there.
I think there might be a garage or two garages over there that if they pull up to their garage, their back end's gonna be out over the macadam.
Well, it shouldn't be anyway, though.
It shouldn't be.
Because if they get hit by a township truck or something, then,
Well, I'm not saying that whether
Right.
it should or not, but
but then, but this kind of covers us in that essence too, because if they shouldn't be parked there,
And then they should be getting ticketed for that because they're in the township right away.
or even liability if.
but
if
we
hit
don't
them.
know. I don't know, I mean, I can look, I think before we pass it, I should look at the blueprints, that should tell us where they're, but does it tell us on the north side? Or is it just the south side?
It's gonna be both sides.
It's both sides of the street.
Right, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying the boundary part where the macadam is.
Boundary between what and what? I mean, this is a public right of way. I mean, it's been dedicated to the township, right?
Yes.
So there's presumed to be a right of way there of 33.5 feet. That's a presumption under the law, you know, from one side to the next. So if we're within that right of way, then it shouldn't be an issue.
If the pavement people put the pavement where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, regardless of where the pavement is, I mean, the pavement's the cartway, and typically the cartway is only about 16 feet wide, but the township's right-of-way is technically 33.5 feet wide. So, because it's a public road, that's a presumption under the first class township code. So, I don't think it should be an issue. And it's not just governed by where the pavement is.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay,
Okay, the motion still passes because it's a 4-to-1 vote.
Is that it?
We're still under old business. I have a question. How are you doing with the keys that are needed for those boxes? The lock boxes,
For the Knox boxes, fire company.
Knox boxes, I'm sorry.
As far as us getting information or just like passing them out,
I thought that you were going to, investigate the keys, make sure that there were keys that fit the,
we do have keys that fit them.
and does the fire company have the keys?
They do, and they just, about a few weeks ago, they
Just had a meeting.
got a new key.
Okay. So that's all settled.
Everything as far as I'm aware, unless there was something else that they didn't communicate to me, that's all settled.
Good, thank you.
Okay, any new business?
yeah, I know we have a budget for items, but I think we ought to have some vouchers for things that are bought before they're bought. Just because you have a budget doesn't mean you can just go out and buy whatever you want.
So what are you saying? You wanna look at every single voucher?
Yeah,
You can
How do you
stop
go-
by the
are you
office and
gonna
look at
move
every
over
single
here?
voucher.
huh?
Are you gonna move over here then? Cause there's stuff that comes in and out every day. I sign vouchers almost every other day.
Yeah. Is there something in particular that?
No, I just-
didn't know if there was like a limit, or if there was something in particular that.
Well, things get
or
bought
everything.
and put in and what, nobody knows where it's going, just like,
Joe, you can come in here and look at vouchers every single day, if you wanted to do that.
You have a right to do that as a member of the board. You've got a right to see all the bills.
Before I sign the vouchers, cause I have questions like you with some of the things, I come in during the day to ask, like, and I drive Antoinette nuts. Because before I sign a voucher, I wanna know where things are going, or what they're being used for. Because I'm signing off on something, I'm paying for it. So, you're more than welcome, our folders are always in our bins. Come in and pull them out and take a look at them and ask. Like, ask where it is, ask what it is. Cause there's stuff on there that I don't even know what it is. I have to ask.
okay.
And Michelle also leaves sticky notes with questions sometimes.
I do.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because then the other people that are signing are aware that there's a question.
I'm not patting myself on the back, but I read every voucher that I sign as the president,
And I read,
and she can attest to that. I probably spend more time here than I do at home, okay? I
well,
don't
I
think there's
also,
anything that's being done that's not correct. We're a township and we have things to do.
I also read everything. I read
Yeah,
even,
because myself sign, you sign, and Michelle signs the vouchers. That's 3 people signing them.
Antoinette signs them.
And I do as well.
Yes, she does.
I do understand your concern though, and you're more than welcome to come down and take a look, just to, so that, because you
Whatever
are
you
as
wanna look
commissioner.
at, just ask her.
Or come out and just, even after hours, if you wanna come down when no one's here, just to take
They're
a look.
normally sitting up there up until all 3 of them file that, up until all 3 of them sign them, so you're more than welcome to stop in, grab the folders and look at them.
Alright,
And if there's something I have a question on, I'll ask the sheriff.
Yeah,
So that's 5 people looking at every bill. The only way they get paid for 5 people to look at it.
Any other questions?
Um,
no,
I I just have something that I talked to Antoinette about, to be put on the agenda for next month. Last month at our meeting, we discussed the EMA coordinator position, and Skylar Ford had brought it up that he was interested in the position if John, because I personally still have no clue whether John is staying or leaving or what's going on.
He's staying part-time.
Okay, which was what we agreed upon, budget-wise, I just wasn't aware of that, I don't know that we were ever fully made aware of that. But we had talked about the EMA coordinator position, and although Mr. Brenner does an excellent job at it and has for many years, it is still a paid position that is being offered free from the county.
Well, I thought we discussed that it was gonna be the
No,
county.
it was going to be the county only when John
When
Brenner
John
resigned.
retired,
Oh,
or
okay.
resigned.
Resigned. So on the agenda for next month, I want the board to consider turning that over to the county now. If it is a service that is free, why are we spending taxpayers' money to do that, even though John is doing an excellent job?
Okay, you
So
can do
that
that.
is on the agenda for everyone to consider.
Anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion?
Second?
Second is the pleasure.
All in favor?